Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Priscilla Obasi. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channels 276. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has bagged the Lifetime African Achievement Award from the Millennium Excellence Foundation based in Ghana. Tinubu, while receiving the award, commended the patron of the foundation, Otumfo Osei Tutu to Asante Hene, for the invitation extended to him and the success of the event put together by the foundation. The president, represented by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, received the award as special guest of honor during the 25th anniversary of the Millennium Excellence Prize in Kumasi, Ghana. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has elected a consultant psychiatrist at the University of Jos Teaching Hospital, Professor Chris Pumuna, as the next president. Puna, who is also the Dean of Student Affairs at the University of Jos, takes over from Victor Osedeke, a professor of soil science from the Michael Opara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Abia State. The decision was taken at the 23rd National Delegates Congress of the Union, which took place in Benin. A civil society organization, the Concerned Citizens Network for Democracy, have issued a 72-hour ultimatum to the government of Benue and Zamfara State, demanding the immediate recall of all suspended lawmakers or face legal action aimed at halting statutory federal allocations to both states. In a statement released in Abuja and signed by its Secretary General, Moses Adamu, the group accused the two state head houses of assembly of operating in violation of the Nigerian Constitution, alleging they lack the legal quorum required to function or pass appropriation bill. The group vowed to approach the Federal High Court to compel the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Accountant General of the Federation to suspend monthly allocation disbursement to the states until constitutional order is restored. Meanwhile, a forum of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in the North Central Geopolitical Zone has called on Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule to align with other party leaders supporting President Bola Tinubu's administration and his potential re-election bid in 2027. Operating under the aegis of the North Central APC Forum, the group urged Governor Sule to clearly declare his stance on Tinubu's administration following recent remarks made by the governor regarding the political direction of the defunct Congress for the Progressive Change CPC bloc within the APC. The CPC was one of the parties that merged to form the APC. Recently, members of the CPC bloc have been courted by an opposition coalition led by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and ex-Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has demanded a probe into what he described as a diversion of $3.4 billion loan from the International Monetary Fund. Last week, the International Monetary Fund confirmed that Nigeria had fully paid the $3.4 billion in COVID-19 financial support it received under the Rapid Financing Instrument. Although Nigeria's principal balance stands at zero, scheduled charges, including net charges, basic interest, and administrative fees amount to S in charge of Zone 10, comprising Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara State, has charged officers of the Zamfara State Police Command to redouble their efforts in tackling the security challenges in the state. AIG Gyongon Girma made the call during their Indian visit to the command headquarters in Gusau, the state's capital. Kabir Hassan has the details.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Gyongon Girma, arrived at the Zamfara State Police Command headquarters for the first time since assuming office as AIG Zone 10. He was received by senior officers and inspected the quarter guard mounted in his honor before proceeding to the command conference hall. Addressing officers of the command, AIG Gyongon Girma commended their efforts and sacrifices in maintaining law and orders across the state. He emphasizes the need for renewed commitment and professionalism in confronting the persistent security threat facing Zamfara State.
And so, I didn't come here to bring any tension or to raise any temperature. If anybody's temperature is high, bring it down. If you have BP, it will go down now. Just be your natural self. Be calm. Situations will never finish. And you are not experiencing anything new. Others have experienced what you are experiencing. But their level of calmness must have helped them to sort themselves out and finish well.
The State Commissioner of Police, Ibrahim Maikaba, in his remarks, appealed for enhanced operational equipment. He stressed the importance of improved mobility, communication gadgets, and continuous intelligence sharing.
And 20 divisions and 36 police outstations. It is of security importance to let the AIG have an overview of the crime situation in Zamfara State, which among others include cattle rustling, kidnapping and abduction, culpable homicide, armed robbery, and reprisal attacks. These are serious security challenges facing the command. However, the command, in its effort to stem the tide of these security challenges, has improved and sustained its crime-fighting strategies that covered all the 40 local government areas in the state. Challenges of the command. The command is confronted by enormous challenges that affect the existing security arrangement in the state, notable among which are manpower. Daily and periodic transfer of officers out of the command without replacement has greatly depleted the strength of the command, thereby making our crime-fighting strategy and efforts to be very, very ineffective. So I'm pleading with the AIG to help us prevail on at least 4 headquarters to help us and make sure that whenever there are transfers that affect the state command, there should be replacements.
The visit is seen as a memorable booster for officers and men of Zamfara Police Command as the leadership of the force continues to demonstrate its commitment to strengthening internal security in the region. Hassan Kabir reporting for Global TV.
Benue State is widely recognized as the food basket of the nation thanks to its predominantly farming population and impressive agricultural output. As the planting season progresses, our correspondent Felicity Ndere explores one of the state's cherished traditional dishes, pounded yam. Felicity Ndere reports.
Yam, the primary ingredient for pounded yam, symbolizes abundance and prosperity, making it a key feature of cultural celebrations and ceremonies. For the people of Benue, pounded yam is more than just a meal. It represents cultural heritage, unity, and communal joy. During the farming season, farmers go to great lengths to ensure a successful and bountiful harvest, saying that its importance can never be overemphasized.
I've been farming yam for over 35 years now, so I'm conversant with yam, and that is my main product. Even in my farm, I don't even support it with cassava as other people do. I farm yam separate, and if I like, I farm cassava separate. Because yam, at our community, particularly the tea people, that is our major cash crop, yam. At least you farm yam for consumption, you farm yam to sell and get money. Farmers, they should not relent in their efforts. Even if we don't have fertilizer, we farm whatever thing we can get as a result of the one we planted, even if it is small. If we cannot sell again, we eat. Because without fertilizer and this necessary herbicides, it's difficult to farm yam in a good quantity because our soil have grown bad. So we need fertilizer.
For Reverend Innocent Alike and Teso Adamu, eating pounded yam provide lasting energy for daily activities and bodily functions. It also gives them a sense of belonging to the Tiv nation, known worldwide for their love of pounded yam.
I eat pounded yam more than a Tiv man because I'm praying to God that God should not allow any sickness that will take away pounded yam in my life, because If I eat pounded yam, I will sleep well and my body become heavy.
It is eaten by most Nigerians, but especially among the tea people of Benue State, Nigeria, because they are the largest producers of yam in Africa. So when you eat pounded yam, it's apart from satisfying your hunger, it gives you strength.
According to nutritionists, pounded yam is an excellent source of carbohydrate that provides long-lasting energy. It also contains vital nutrients, including vitamin C and B6, along with important minerals like potassium.
The people that are diabetic avoid pounded yam.
In Benue State, pounded yam is a symbol of tradition, identity, and unity. Rooted in the state's agricultural success, it reflects the rich cultural heritage and the strong spirit of its people. Felicity Ndere, Global TV News in Makurdi.
Goruba, the dome ham, is regarded as the core fruit known in northern Nigeria as an excellent brain superfood, even though its origin is from Egypt, but can now be found cultivated and domesticated in Nigeria. Goruba is now used for different purposes, ranging from tea to traditional medicine. Correspondent Idris Jibril takes a look at this fruit as a rich source of sugar and protein and fats.
In Kano, dome fruit, otherwise known as goruba, is brought from Guru in Yobe State and other states across northern Nigeria.
In Kano, dome fruit, otherwise known as goruba, is brought up from Guru in Yobe State and other states across northern Nigeria. Goruba is actually brought from Guru, Machina, and several other local governments in Yobe State, and many people do buy goruba to take care of their health-related problems.
The fruit is a popular component of tea preparation consumed for refreshment, regulation of body weight, and blood glucose.
Dome fruit tea is used to regulate blood pressure, body weight, and body glucose. And at the moment, several people used to come here to either buy the tea or the goruba itself.
For several years, many youth in Kano are involved in the business of dome fruits. They sell it in shops and along major streets in Kano State. They say the trade has been paying off, especially because it's used as traditional medicine, which cure various diseases.
We do sell goruba here, and there are many of us who earn a living through the business. It has helped us to take care of our several problems, which include helping our parents.
Experts say the use of goruba, either consumed as tea or raw fruit, has proven to be beneficial to people with blood-related diseases. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, India and Pakistan top military officials to speak as ceasefire holds. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Now we'll go to the business news. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has lauded President Bola Tinubu's administration for its unprecedented investment in agriculture, saying no president has supported agricultural development like him. Speaking at the distribution of presidential palliative relief materials at the Umaru Musa Yaradua Hall, Kaduna, Sani highlighted the significant interventions made by the Tinubu's administration, which have reduced poverty levels in the north. The governor noted that the administration has provided fertilizer support, funding for smallholder farmers, and billion in monetary support regardless of the party's affiliations. Moving on, United States President Donald Trump said he would sign an executive order to lower prices of prescription drugs and pharmaceutical products. They will rise throughout the world in order to equalize and, for the first time in many years, bring fairness to America. The U.S. president said he would sign the executive order, which he said would be one of the most consequential in the U.S. history. The Dangote petrochemical refinery has effected another reduction in the ex-gantry prices of its premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, below the publicly announced 835 naira per litre. It was confirmed that the refinery had reduced its price to 825 naira per litre for its customers through a rebate of 10 naira after successfully loading of products at the refinery. The sources said marketers are still paying 835 naira per litre for products, but receive a 10 naira refund after loading and evacuating them from the refinery. Officials from the Indian and Pakistan are due to discuss final details of their ceasefire agreed between them over the weekend. The U.S. brokered ceasefire between the nuclear-armed neighbors appears to have held overnight after nearly 4 days of intense shelling and aerial incursions from both sides. President Donald Trump announced the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, saying it was time to stop the current aggression that could have led to the death and destruction of so many and so much. Both nations have ceased hostilities since then, but say they remain vigilant, warning each other of the consequences of violating the ceasefire. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that Kyiv would meet with Moscow for talks in Istanbul on May 15, insisting that Russia must first commit to 30-day ceasefire starting from Monday. Zelensky, using rare language since Moscow invaded his country more than 3 years ago, described Russia's proposal as convened direct peace talks as a positive sign. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said he is ready to host negotiations, telling Russia's Vladimir Putin in a phone call that a window of opportunity had opened for peace. And in sports, Remo Stars have been crowned champions of the 2024-2025 Nigeria Premier Football League after their 4-1 win over Ikorodu City in a match day 37 game on Sunday in Ikenne. The Sky Blue Stars came from a goal down to thrash their Southwest rivals and also dent their hopes of picking a continental ticket in their debut NPFL campaign. Already confirmed as champions 2 weeks ago, Remo Stars marched into the field for their coronation day with a guard of honor from their visitors inside an electrifying stadium filled with thousands of supporters who came to witness the historic day. And still in sports, the 2025 Nigerian Women Football League Premiership Super 6 playoff has kicked off at the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne with 3 tightly contested matches as the country's top team began their quest for the league crown and a place in the 2025 Confederation of African Football Women's Champions League. The early kickoff saw Nasarawa Amazons come from behind to edge Niger Rattles 2-1 in a lively North Central derby. The 1 day at a time girls struck first in Rita Sebi, whose well-hit free kick in the 13th minute gave the FCT Bayside a dream start. And that is it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that the Global Television is on channel 365 DSTV and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using a Global TV NG. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Priscilla Obasi. Thank you for watching.